Hello guys, Matt Lemke here with your Gamer Goggles, gamer-goggles.com. About me, we'll do About Me another time. That'd be another video. It's too long. Anyway, today's video is on the remastered version of Guns and Gears. This video is about people who are curious about what may or may not have changed in the book, which most of the book was updates for languages and some tweaks to make the classes better. A few things got really overhauled, and we'll get into that in a minute. The other people that it might be for is maybe you already own Guns and Gears and you want to see whether or not this book is for you. I hope that I do a good job of presenting that to you. I'm filming top down today, probably exclusively, because I have limited amounts of time with things that are going on behind the scenes with family and stuff. If I filmed face-to-face, it would be another 2 or 3 weeks before I got to publish this video. And I really want to get this out there for those of you that want to make your decisions. So this is the sketch cover. I purchased this. It was not given to me by Paizo. Some of the books I do request, and I do get to do reviews in that fashion. So inside, very first thing is you see the introduction, of course, like always, and then about the characters in the book. We have the Automaton ancestry, which I left out of my notes now that I think about it, but I do know that their armor has improved with the remaster. And then we have the Inventor and the Gunslinger. And then it dives into playing these said characters. There's a brief overview of the lands of the Gears and what areas might be played. I'm going to set my glasses down. Sorry if I go crazy on the screen. So with the Inventor, some of the biggest changes are to overdrive. And we're going to go ahead and we're going to zoom in on that because it is important. It is actually, overdrive is fundamental to the Inventor. And so basically what happens now is your gizmos, if you fail, start to smoke and they deal 1 extra damage. On a crit fail, you take fire damage equal to half your level now, and you gain 1, you can't use overdrive for 1d4 rounds. The other thing that was a major change to, or actually one of the things that I think was a grand change, and I don't know what page it's on, so I'm not going to do it, is power armor, innovation armor stats have gotten better. The power suit is now +5 instead of +4. The subterfuge suit is +2 instead of +1. And then we start moving in through like the different aspects of things like innovate. Oh, it's right here. There. It's right there. My camera is off center on my table today. So there's that. And then the next big change with a lot of text that has changed is the otherworldly protection, which basically the changes here are all language updates. They changed negative to void, positive to vitality. They added protection for spirit, and they included sanctification in this section. And then moving on, we start moving into the weapon innovations at first level. And there are a significant amount of changes to the first level innovations. And most of them are really small tweaks. Like, let's see, where am I at? Blunt shot adds the concussive and the ranged trip capability, while complex simplicity, instead of choosing 1 trait now, you get 2 traits, and raising is an option for 1 of the traits. Oops, raising. And dynamic weighting now has tethered if it's a thrown weapon. Let's see. Entangling form now adds disarm to the traits. Hampering spikes, where is that? Hampering spikes is right below it, basically. Your innovation gains the hampering, trip, and versatile P traits. And hefty composition adds the raising trait as well. And then we move into the level 7 traits. That's armor innovations and power suits. And this is at level 7. So your breakthrough armor traits at level 7 have a couple of changes. I don't know where it's at on the book, but basically your power suits are now classified as, that's on this page, heavy construction power armor. So your power suits are now basically in the plate group, and they gain the entrenched trait. Now, I'm not totally sure how entrench works, but I believe you have to spend an action to make it work, in a similar fashion to the way you would raise a shield. And then we can move into some more. There's some more weapon changes. Advanced rangefinder is now 20 feet instead of 10 feet, which is a lot of these changes, in my opinion, make the Inventor better. I've never played one. I've always steered away from them because I didn't like the idea and the fluff of balance to the potential damage that you could take by blowing up your own constructions or your inventions. Now, I kind of think I might try playing this class. I think it's moved forward enough, it's progressed forward enough that it's where I would be comfortable attempting to play it. So rope shot now also has the tethered trait moving on, and dual form weapon. It has gone. I haven't totally figured this out yet as to why this happened, but dual form weapon now goes, you can only select a level 0 weapon instead of a level 0 or level 1 weapon. And then that is most of the changes that are important or pertinent to the Inventor. It is highly possible that I missed some of these. And then we're going to talk about the next class, and this is probably where the meat of this video and the meat of the changes are in this book. Well, wait, let's look at the Automaton real quickly. Now, we'll have to come back and do the Automaton. I don't have time. I'm not going to play around and keep you guys while I fumble through the book to find the changes that I thought were there. We want to get to Guns characters, which would obviously be the Gunslinger, which is the second portion of the book. And there is one very, very, very significant change, and it makes the Gunslinger so much better. And that is not reloading strike. It is Slinger's Precision is the new ability that the Gunslingers have. And it used to be that you got a little bit better with martial weapons and you didn't get nearly as good as you did with your pistols and crossbows. They've kind of made that a little bit better. They can scale better, and you can actually get all the way up to Master and Legendary if you build your character to do so. You also, now you deal an extra 2 precision damage instead of +1, which is what it used to be, with strikes made with non-repeating, which I think is an important thing here because repeating crossbow takes away from the reloading capabilities of the Gunslinger, which I think a lot of the changes that were made for the Gunslinger are to reflect the strength of his reload abilities, or her reload abilities, or yes. And then you non-repeating. Okay, so back up. You deal an extra 2 precision damage with strikes made using non-repeating crossbows, and you deal an extra 1d4 precision damage with strikes using non-repeating firearms. Now, that scales as things go up. So if you have Gunslinging Legend, it's +3, and an additional 1d6. What is really good about this, though, is if you're using a combination weapon whose ranged form is a firearm or a crossbow, you use proficiency with firearms and crossbows for those attacks made with the melee configuration, so you get the extra damage. I think this is a huge, huge step for the Gunslingers to be better in their martial combat than they were, and it won't put them up there as the top tier like a fighter or a barbarian. I think it's going to put them up there and put them in the same running range. My opinion, I don't believe in the second edition version compared to the remaster version that they were capable of keeping up with rogues. I think the rogue was a better martial class in melee, even though they can be a little bit fragile. That's just from my experience off of one campaign, and a lot of that could just be the fact the way that our Gunslinger built his character. And then the other ways. Reloading strike is the biggest change to it, and one of the things that I bumped my table. And one of the things that I think is the best about the changes that they made for this is reloading strike no longer triggers reactions. If you are playing the way of the Drifter, very last sentence, does not trigger reactions. That is so awesome. I am so happy that they did that. I think it was lacking. It makes that way much more playable. The other one that kind of changed, or did change a little bit, is the Path of the Sniper, or the Sniper's Way. One shot, one kill got upgraded from you having to deal your target damage on the first turn to your first shot in combat instead of just on the first round. I think that is a huge improvement. If it gives your player or the character time to do any kind of setup they might need to do any other kinds of things in that instance. And Ghost Shot, they increased the flavor of it by allowing silencers to not reveal the sniper's position. Those are the biggies. Way of the Vanguard, they clarified some stuff in Clear the Path. Basically, the attack penalties, they clarified it in such a way that the attack penalties now clearly do not carry over from one round to the next. I don't believe the game designers ever intended for players to believe that the attack penalty could carry over from one round to the next. So I think this was a good addition to it also. There was some changes to crack shot, but the other big changes are to the alchemical stuff with the Gunslinger. And these are basically made to keep up with the alchemist class, right? The language changed drastically from Pathfinder to the remaster. And that's really what this does. Essentially, the feat doesn't really work differently. I think the math is a little bit clearer. I would have to sit down and do some math and compare it to make sure that they didn't change it or nerf it. But essentially, it's the same feat. You get to do things. You have to have the formulas still. You still get reagents, or your alchemical vials as they're worded now. And you can create up to 24 rounds at fourth. If you were fourth level, you can create 24 rounds of ammunition. Apparently you can't craft horns or kegs. Apparently people were doing that. That's not something we have had experience with in our group. And then the next big one, obviously, staying true to the language, is the 6th level feat. I think it's 6th level. Yep. Munitions machinist or machinist. I'd have to look it up to see how it's actually enunciated. Again, you're adept at crafting ammunition. You gain the quick alchemy benefits, which are on the player core, and they are basically it's the same thing. I have to look at the restrictions on quick alchemy. I didn't do that. I've never played an alchemist. So the old version of Musician's Machinist allowed you to create bombs and ammunition of up to your level -3 in daily prep. Because we actually have a player who's was attempting to go that route, and now we need to relearn it a little bit. And I haven't looked at the quick alchemy, but I think it's basically an update to fix the language so it parallels the language of the alchemist. And then basically precious munitions in the later levels also is a language update. And those are the big changes. So is this book for anyone in particular? Yeah, it is. It's for people that are new to the game that want to play these character styles, right? It's for GMs that want the rules on hand. And don't want to, dive in and go to Nethys. It does have a variety of equipment in it, but then again, so did the book. I didn't go through and compare it all. There are a couple of updates to the archetypes, so if you're a rogue and you want to dive into Gunslinger or Inventor, you may need this book. I do know that the Inventor requirements now are +3 in int, not just a +2. And there are a couple of minor changes to the language with the Gunslinger. So this book is for anyone that is getting ready to play a Guns or a Gears kind of a character. If you are thinking about making the full conversion over to the remaster from Guns and Gears 1, as I'll call it, yeah, this is definitely worth it. I am very happy that I purchased this book. I'm very happy with the changes that are in it. And now our gaming group can almost in its entirety switch from Pathfinder to the remaster. The only one holding them back is the rogue that took the Eldritch path for rogues, and that hasn't been re-released yet. And we're not sure. I mean, we are going to make the dive at 8th level. 8th level? Yeah, 8th level. Anyway, guys, thank you for watching. I had a lot of fun going through this and doing this. Let me know in the comments if you want to know anything about the inventors, the archetypes. Generally not the videos I do, but I want to start branching out and doing other things. I'm probably going to start a how to play Pathfinder series towards the end of the year. I've got to get caught up with some other things. Anyway, thanks for watching, guys. Have a great day. I hope you enjoyed this. Please like, share, and subscribe. Hi, guys. Meet the Nibbles, who's gonna go down. She just decided not to go down my back, so we'll do this for her so she's comfy. Thanks for watching my video, and I appreciate it. Please hit the like button and share it if you know somebody who might be interested. And of course, there's always Twitter and the Facebook thingy, and soon I have a newsletter coming. That'll be down there or in a link below, and my kitty cat loves that idea. So anyway, there was one more thing. Oh yeah, subscribe. Be a part of my community, our community. Let's make it grow together. See you guys at a con somewhere, or a local store, or if I'm driving through the country, maybe a game club. I don't know, you're not going to go knock down my camera. Bye, guys.